You wanted the best. You've got the best podcast, the hottest podcast in the world. The Chris Voss Show, the preeminent podcast with guests so smart you may experience serious brain bleed. The CEOs, authors, thought leaders, visionaries, and motivators. Get ready. Strap yourself in. Keep your hands, arms, and legs inside the vehicle at all times, because you're about to go on a monster education roller coaster with your brain. Now, here's your host, Chris Voss.
Hi, folks. It's Voss here from thechrisvossshow.com, thechrisvossshow.com. Welcome to the big show, my family and friends. You wanted the best, you got the best in the world. Oh, whatever. Does anybody recognize that's a Kiss? That's a Kiss homage to Kiss Alive 1. I think one guest out of all of our guests have ever gotten that over 15 years. That are just people who are just going to say anything like, you just ripped that off at Kiss. Anyway, guys, we have an amazing show. As always, we have the most brilliant minds and guests on the show, and none of them are mine. But you're part of the Chris Voss Show family. So remember, we love you more than any of your other family members do. The Chris Voss Show loves you but doesn't judge you. At least not as harshly as your mother-in-law does. But or that one time you didn't return your dad's lawnmower and his vice grips. So knock it off. And he wants them back. He just wrote the show and told us to say that to you. Anyway, guys, as always, as part of the family, there is one slight obligation. You do have to refer the show to your family, friends, and relatives. Go to goodreads.com/Chris Voss, LinkedIn.com/Chris Voss, YouTube.com/Chris Voss, and Chris Voss 1 on that tickety-tockety there. The kids are over there on there. And the 13 to 17-year-olds, they love our intro. They just loving that thing. I don't know what's going on. I think it's like 10,000 views already on our intro. They just, I don't know. And they're signing up for the podcast. So welcome to them, the TikTok crowd, and go tell your mom to, I don't know, unground you. Maybe we'll just have a TikTok message every time we start the show. We have an amazing gentleman on the show, and he's going to be talking to you about his company, how he built it, what he's done with it, and what he's going to do with it. How does that sound like something interesting? We have Bobby Aldridge on the show. He is the founder of BAMmotion. BAMmotion being one word, but I just felt like I wanted to accent the BAM because it's capitalized. He joins us on the show to talk to us about his amazing company, and he's going to give us interesting business insights and stuff that he does. Bobby Aldridge is a physiotherapist who spent over 3 decades as an athlete, student, and educator of physical movement. I've spent 3 decades not physically moving, just sitting in this chair getting fat. So there's that. Now in the best shape of his life, his mission is to help others move with ease, grace, and power to eliminate pain, reduce the chance of injury, and maximize performance. Meanwhile, I'll still sit in this chair. The road to his success was born out of necessity, as they had to figure out how to prehab and rehab for himself. He's now the developer and founder of BAMmetrics, and he's sharing his proprietary system used by professional athletes with you. Our audience today, welcome. So to help increase mobility, unlock joints, and eliminate dysfunction while alleviating pain, preventing injury, and increasing performance, welcome to the show, Bobby. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
There you go. You're going to teach us how to move some more, damn it. Sort of thing.
Yeah, that's what I do every day. Running around helping people reduce their pain.
It's always good. That's what I do. I just mostly dodge bullets all day long. So give us your .com so people can find you on the interwebs.
BAMmetrics.com.
There you go. You got to accent it though on the show because BAM's a capitalized, so you got to go BAM motion.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's your company.
I used to use BAM all the time, but there's so many BAMs out there. I had to it's Bobby Aldridge method. Motion. So that's why it was BAMmotion.
There you go. Well, you might get some copyright infringement from the Flintstones. You remember Bam Bam on the Flintstones?
Yep, exactly. Yeah. I actually had a cartoon I did with that.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, I did. Years ago, I did it with the cow bam, bam,
bam. Yeah. Well, I think he's dead and gone because I used to watch him when I was a kid. So you probably are fine with copyright there. No C&Ds for you. So welcome to the show. Give us a 30,000 overview of what BAMmetrics is and how do you do it?
Just simply, I've been in the business 30 years training. And when I leave my clients to go work with my pro athletes for a couple of weeks, they'd be a little bit lost with the movements. And so I came up with these tools that literally you guys can do this stuff at home. And it's like me standing right there. Put your feet 1 box apart, put your feet 2 boxes apart, and it's super simple. So it's metrics based, and you can see where you're standing. Like you're at 40 inches today, you're at 42 inches next week. But I can tell you, no, that's too wide. Stay at 42. Don't go wider than that. So it really came out of a need. The last 12 years of me doing the few tools that I have here, it was just I was trying to help my clients. That's how it all started.
There you go. So give us a hero's journey, your life story for you. How did you get into this business, and what led you down this pathway?
Well, I started out at the University of San Francisco, got a degree in kinesiology, got out of school, became a trainer, got 1 certification, and I thought I knew everything at the time.
Yeah. What made you get into that business? What made you study that?
I was an athlete myself. So I was a baseball player, and used to play golf for fun. But, being an old guy now at 53 years old, golf's been my passion for the last 15, 20 years. And so I've moved really into helping a lot of golfers because they have pain all the time. But it came out of, I was helping athletes and I was getting a name for myself in the area here. And my dad was a baseball coach, and I was getting guys to throw harder, run faster, less injuries, all that sort of stuff. So that's kind of how I ran into really getting into the business.
There you go. When I was a golfer, my biggest pain was getting in the lake. There was always that. And then getting my club back out of the lake that I threw in there after the ball. So there's that. But you probably don't do that kind of work. Maybe just focus on people's pain, emotion, and stuff like that.
I've actually seen a guy throw his clubs in the lake.
The whole bag and everything.
The whole thing. He was so pissed after he just threw it in the lake, and it was like it was hilarious.
I've thought about it, but then I won't get my rental fee back for the clubs. So there you go. And then I bought some expensive ones finally to see if that would help, and of course that didn't. Yeah, there you go. Now talk to us about your personal journey. You've had some issues of pain and challenges. And is that kind of what led you down this pathway, or how have you overcome that and gone through some of that?
That definitely helped because I was learning from physical therapists. Broke both my ankles, tore ligaments in my knee. Broke my back, tore rotator cuff, hurt my elbow. So I've been through the physical therapy, and I started noticing that mobility is really the key to improving performance and reducing pain. So if you're working on your mobility, which isn't stretching, which isn't just flexibility, it's actually how the joint moves through range of motion. And that is key to everyone, from a pro athlete to a senior. They need to move properly before they add strength. And most people out there nowadays, they add strength to dysfunction, which leads to pain.
There you go. Yeah. You know how I work on my mobility in practice? I run from police. That'll get your heart rate up, and also get you a nice bond, whatever that means. But the judge says I can't do it anymore. It's a little hard to run with that ankle brace. It's a great callback joke for years on the show. So you in high school, your freshman year, you broke your ankle, you tore ligaments. In college, you tore more ligaments, including your MCL, your medial collateral ligament. That's just Fridays around here. And then you had a serious car accident that caused lower lumbar injury that almost threatened to permanently limit your mobility. Talk to us a little bit about that. And, what was it like mentally to go through that and try and rebuild?
Well, the doctors were telling me you're not going to dunk a basketball again. You're not going to be able to hyperextend. Your pars is broken. You're just going to have to take care of your body and pick different things. And I didn't agree with it. I wanted to do all the stuff. I wanted to get back to basketball. I wanted to get back to what I love. And I started that journey. So I was just learning from people around me and grabbing ideas. And it took me a couple of years to really figure out how to make my back feel better. And so I tell people all the time, be patient. It's a lifestyle change as you start adding these different things to what you're doing. And it's like brushing your teeth. I tell people all the time, it's like, do you brush your teeth once a week, twice a week? Well, don't treat your body like that. You should be doing it daily. And
wait, we should be brushing our teeth? Note to self. Just kidding.
That's so if you want to get better mobility and start feeling better, you mix this stuff into your lifestyle and all of a sudden you feel fantastic. And it's just, it takes time. The more injured you are, the longer you're out of it, the more time it takes to get back. But the body knows this stuff and it'll get feeling good right away. I mean, I had a Green Bay Packer guy who's 58 years old now, Charlie Wright, and I ran into him at one of my shows, and he basically said, can you teach me a couple of those moves? So I said, sure. So I taught him. The next day he walks in. I'm like, damn, Charlie, you look different. He goes, Bob, I've been doing those 3 exercises like 100 times yesterday. I feel amazing today. He was literally standing tall. This is a 6'5", 310-pound man at 58 years old. And it worked that fast to help him move better with a couple exercises I showed him.
I wonder if this could help my mom. My mom's it just hit 80, and she's had 2 knee replacements done, and it gets harder to exercise. She had to give up the marathons and the 10Ks and all that all that stuff, and she had to quit rock climbing and cliff diving and stuff last year. So she's a little despondent about it, but maybe is it good for senior citizens too that need they need to keep the ligaments moving?
Yep, not a question. So
there you go.
I mean, it's more special for the people that get older because they move less, they don't know what to do. They start some fitness program, but it's not really helping them. They're not sure what to do. So this is super simple, and you do it at home.
There you go. And you've got several different products that you sell. Tell us about some of the different packages and different kits that you sell and how they work.
I have a yoga strap that I basically used to draw lines on a yoga strap. So one day I got the idea, I should put numbers on it. So I could just tell you, put your hand at 25 and do this one. Put your hand at 23 and do this one. So that was the first one. Then I came up with a vest because I was trying to get these people to stretch, and they couldn't do it long enough because their hands would get tired. So I made a hands-free stretching vest that you just lay down, and it has numbers on it. So you can see that your number's changing as you do it. Then I came up with the mat. When one day I put, I should put the numbers on the mat because I could tell people how to stretch when they're trying to do their hip flexor stretch. Put your foot at 40, and when you switch feet, put the other one at 40. So that's how the mat came up. But I tell everyone, you really should get the mat, the blocks, and the bands to start. And the reason this stuff works so well, there's a thing called Egoscue. I don't know if you know what that is. No. It's posture and alignment. So Pete Egoscue came out with this years ago, and it works amazing. Now, what I've added to it is soft tissue work, and then I've added bands. It's the reason you do mobility first, soft tissue, and then you do the bands. If you do it in the reverse order, it's not good for you. You don't want to strengthen your body in the bad position, right? So you want to mobilize the body, soft tissue, then strengthen it with the bands. And that's why we're getting such great results. It's so simple, and it's getting you to start noticing your metric and improve that metric. It'd be like going in the weight room and trying to lift weights with no numbers, right?
Yeah, you don't know what
literally. You have no idea. That's how everybody does mobility. And I've been trying to change that for the last 10 years.
Are these products good for maybe warming up before you do the gym, doing lifting, kind of, make sure you stretch out and you get it loosened up, so you don't hurt yourself?
Yeah. So one of the simple things to do is a wall windmill before you start. Just lean up against the wall and you do a set of 10. Then put your feet 2 boxes apart. Do another set of 10. Put your feet 3 boxes apart. What's that doing? It's pulling out the rotation in your body. So if I'm an older man and I'm like this, a lot of these guys can't even get their hands on the wall. They can't get their shoulders on the wall. Oh, yeah. Wonderful. And so as you do a windmill, you start to notice, oh, wow, it's easier to go left. It's harder to go right. You're getting some internal, external rotation in your femur. So your hips, most men are super tight in their adductors. This is working all of that before you go to the gym. So every client I have, as soon as they get here, they walk in, they just go right to the windmill. First thing we ever do. And everyone should be doing that every day because it's working your frontal plane. So most people don't even get into that movement.
That's a good idea. Now I see these things called the BAM blocks, and I think you have a few behind you on the ground, so people that are watching on video can see them. And what's interesting to me is the first picture is a young lady face down, and it looks like she's got the blocks above her, so her arms are being pulled back up and stretched. One of the things I've had is I'm a C-sitter, so I tend to, my head's kind of hunches down. I didn't work out for most of my life, so we're trying to get back to where I can get my neck and head back this way.
Yeah.
Is that one of those things? Am I correct that?
Yeah. So for your people that are watching and can see this, the blocks, this is what you do. You take them, you put them on the ground. Okay? You lay down right in the middle here. You put your arms up, and then you relax your feet and toes. Most men, you see my feet right now? Most men would have their feet like this. They can't get them to the ground down like this. Okay?
Yeah, I probably can't either.
So not only are you opening up your chest and shoulders laying here, I do this every night before bed, and I'll do it for like 6 to 10 minutes. I just lay there. So if you're at a computer all day and you're rounded forward at that computer, what is this doing? It's opening that up. It's getting your neck in a good position, right? And it's getting your femur. Like I said, men are super tight in their femur, very tight in here. So if you do this exercise every night, you're working your body in the opposite direction of what it was for the whole day, which would make a huge change with people. You know, like they get texting neck and they get that, computer carpal tunnel and all the different things that people have injuries nowadays. That's one exercise that anyone can do. You don't have to be a fitness person. You just lay down on the floor and do it. And it's super simple.
There you go. Anybody who watches this video, if they come in halfway through you laying on the ground like that, they're going to be like, what the fuck is going on? But they're going to watch and they're going to be like, I want to know what's going on. So that'll work out good. So this is really interesting. Yeah. I stretching and mobility, I work out, and sometimes, like today I went to get my beard trimmed, and the guy was like, lay all the way back in the thing. And I was like, I had arm day, buddy. I'm not doing anything. And I had to like scoot way down the seat just so I could hit the headrest so he could, get me shaved properly. And so it's good for rounded shoulders, arms issues, range of motion. That's my problem, is that whole sitting thing where I sit. And I've got to always remember to try and do a thing. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to Velcro tape my head back to the wall and just do that. That's obvious.
Well, the biggest thing is, that's why I do so many corporate wellness programs. Like right now I'm waiting on Lucasfilms and Pixar. You set up to teach them how to move in their office, and you teach them 1, 2, 3, 4 things. And all of a sudden they start to feel better. When you go to the bathroom, stop, do a set of windmills on your way back to your office. When you're at your desk, do a runner stretch before you go to lunch. When you're done for the day, lay on the blocks before you leave. So right there, if you just did a few of those every day for 5 days, 6 days at work, you're not working out as a fitness guy, but you're putting your body in a better position. So if you guys enjoy whatever it is you enjoy after work, you go right to it. You're not like in a bad position and now going to go work out, go for a walk, go running, whatever it's going to be. You need to be in a better position. Like I said, babies are the most functional people out there, right? They're born physically fit, basically. They're super mobile. And then as we get older, we move less. So, one of the tricks I like to give all you guys out there is, I'm sitting on a ball right now. As you can see, I'm sitting on this ball, right? Stability ball.
Oh, yeah.
What's that do? In between, like before I hopped on with you, I just laid back and opened up my chest and shoulders, let my head relax, just laid here for a minute. And then I pop back up and I'm ready to go on to the next call. So
probably it's good for popping the back too.
Oh, very good.
Back alignment. Yeah.
You got it. Exactly. So that's part of my corporate wellness program. I teach them, get a ball, sit on it. Here's a couple moves you can do. This is a great one for you guys at the office. You can also just drop down and do this and stretch your back and head out. For you, this will be, oh my God, you'll be like, oh, I love this. Now, if you don't have a ball, you can put your hands on your desk and do it, and just drop your, kneel down, put your hands on the desk and stretch your back out right there. So there's different ways I can teach you guys how to move better in your office. But the key to it is you just feel better, so you can do, whatever you want. You breathe better, for one, because if you're hunched over, you're not going to breathe well. So, you might feel tired during the day as the day goes on. And that's the reason why, is you're getting shortness of breath and you don't even know it, where this is opening up your chest and shoulders. So when you sit back up, you're like rejuvenated because you're breathing properly. You're not cutting off that oxygen in the way that most people do.
There you go. So what gave you the proponent to want to start your own company and do your own business?
If I look back and I was thinking about doing this again, I would never do it. It was the hardest thing I've ever done. I'm really good at what I do, but in the business world, it's a totally different beast. Marketing is my hardest thing. I'm like a gem that nobody knows about. And it's the hardest thing to get out there. That's why I pop on these, podcasts and try to get the word out, because it's just working amazing. I'm getting results that are ridiculous, but I just need a bigger platform and a bigger place. I want to get into the stores and start having a BAMmotion section in the stores at all the, sports chalets and stuff like that, because we could really make a difference to people that just want to feel better.
So you help people can buy the products off your website. They can come to you as an individual, and then you do corporate trainings, probably help everybody feel better at the company, which is always good. And then there's videos, it looks like, on your website where people can learn to use the products and train and utilize them properly.
Yeah, exactly. So when they order it, they get access to the video, so they can just watch one video, learn how to mobilize, learn how to soft tissue, and then learn how to strengthen it with the bands. And the videos teach you. It's me right there talking to you. It's super simple.
There you go. Pretty awesome. And you've worked with a lot of different people and different things to get them. You've even got an online manual people can do. What's the swing speed seminar?
Yeah, so I go to golf courses, and if any members of golf courses are listening, the pro reaches out to me and says, "Hey, can you come do one of your swing speed seminars?" So I teach mobility and I teach swing speed. So I can get people in one session to gain 3 to 9 miles an hour when I teach them a trick.
Really?
To increasing swing speed. Yeah, almost all my guys that I'm working with right now are swinging 130 plus. So these are I have top level guys that are going to be new on the tour next year. Charles Porter, look him up. He's going to be dominating out there next year.
Nice.
Just needs a shot.
There you go. That makes a whole big difference in getting the extra distance and bringing down your strokes and stuff. That makes all the difference in the world,
The closer you are to the green, the less club you're hitting in. So the more accurate you can be and the lower your scores are. My player shot 61 last week, and then he shot 61 again this week at Harding Park in the city.
Wow. That will give me a better chance to get closer to putting it in the lake. So there you go. I can improve on that as well.
Hit it over the lake.
Yeah, that might have a better chance, even though I schlep it or schlag it or whatever the term is these days, slice it, put it in the lake. I gave up that and just went to I don't know. I don't have a joke for that. So what further do we sometimes I go queuing up a joke. I'm like, there's got to be something there, and then it doesn't come, and I'm just like, well, that was fun. People in the audience are like, yeah, he did it again. So what's the best way people can get involved with you and get on board with you? Do they reach out to you on your website, book a meeting with you, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah. I mean, the best way is just Bobby@BAMmotion.com, and it's BOBBY at BAM, BAM, and then another M, motion.com. Just send me an email, and, like I said, order the tools, get the mat, blocks, and bands, get started. If you have more questions, like you're having pain specifically, then set up a session so I can jump on there and look at how you move and then make a few adjustments like that. One of my favorites I'm hoping to touch base with is Colin Morikawa. I'm waiting to hear back from his team of fitness guys to actually help him. He's on the tour, very well-known name, and he's been hurting his back off and on. So it's time to fix it. Time to get rid of the pain.
Maybe you can get with that Tiger Woods guy, because he's been through some injuries and car crash and stuff, and his wife divorced him for a lot of money. He probably needs some help, stretching from that.
He's had quite a few things happen. Yeah,
there you go. There you go. I know some guys that have been through expensive divorces that probably need all the help they can get. So this has been pretty insightful. So let's do our speed round. We do a speed round of 5 questions where we ask you hard-hitting, controversial questions that kind of tell us more about your audience, about you. Of course, they're funny. Now there is something to lose here. You probably missed the fine print in the agreement for the podcast. If you do lose this round of 5 questions and answer incorrectly, we have to put you in the Chris Voss Show gulag and feed you the gulag goulash of the Chris Voss Show. Gulag goulash? I don't know. One of the guests came up with this morning, so we're just running with it. It's going to be a callback joke if it keeps running. So that is the penalty if you do not answer correctly these 5 questions. Otherwise, you'll be able to return to your family. Now, one problem we've had is you can't automatically just throw the game and answer incorrectly just because you don't want to see your loved ones again. And we've had some people do that, so we ask that not be done. So here we go. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Fire away.
All right, here we go. Let's come up with our first question. Where's the cards? There's a fake card running around here somewhere. I'll use a business card. Whatever. I'm just gonna fucking do it. All right. So the first question for you is it better to have a personal robot assistant or a personal chef?
Personal chef, definitely.
Personal chef is what we have. That's your final answer?
Yep.
There we go. All right. The next controversial question, if I can get the screen to quit rolling back and forth, which is better, tacos or pizza?
Oh, pizza.
Are you sure? Because this is controversial for some people. This is a make or break. Love pizza. All right, there we go. And is a hot dog a sandwich or not?
I'd say it's a sandwich.
Judges? All right, they're going to record that answer, and they're going to have to check with the attorneys. What are we on? Number 4? Is that where we're at?
Number four.
Let's see. Should homework be abolished and any teacher who gives it imprisoned?
I say yes, definitely.
There we go. Someone was scarred as a student, clearly. And then the final question is, should we have a national nap day?
Oh, yeah. That'd be awesome.
Just once a year?
I'd be all over that.
I'm thinking daily.
I'm thinking often.
Maybe we should have like a week. It should be a weekday. Like there should be Monday, Tuesday, nap days. See, that works. Nap day, Monday, Tuesday, nap day, Thursday, Friday. Maybe we'll see if we can get
naps are just great for you, period, because they clear your brain. You feel great, and they keep the day going. If you can
there you go.
Midday, you feel awesome.
And the judges have rendered their verdict here. You have gotten all the answers correct. So you're free to go back to your family, whether you like it or not. That's your problem. So there you go. I'm sure your wife and kids will be glad to have you back. No, the Chris Voss Show gulag for you. So as we go out, Bobby, this has been fun and interesting. And we've learned a lot. And you got some great products on your website. Give us your final thoughts and .com as we go out so people can get to figure out how to hook up with you better and get to know your products and stuff.
Yeah, well, final thoughts is I hope you guys will give it a shot in the way of lifestyle, just a little bit at a time. Go to the website to order, BAM-metrics.com. And like I said, start with the mat, the blocks, and the bands. You can get the other things later, but that's going to really get you started to keep it simple. Like when COVID started, everybody was at home. And I had all these guys calling me, freaking out. I can't get to the gym. What am I going to do? And I'm like, you have all your tools. You're good to go at home, and you can do this. And one of my funniest ones is on my website. If you scroll down, you'll see Forbes Collins. And he was absolutely panicked about not working out. And he got a shot to do this for a couple months the right way. Mm-hmm. So we went out and played golf, and he sends me literally that text. Holy crap, do I have new gear? I'm hitting 3-woods, 350 yards. This is incredible, Bob. Thanks for the workouts. They're really working. And
nice.
It's exciting because it actually works. It's not a pretty object. It's just going to make you feel better. And then if you guys have questions or whatever, email me, Bobby@BAMmotion, BAMMOTION.com, and I'll answer them for you guys. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on. And you know, as you mentioned the COVID thing, it's probably more important for workers working remotely, moms at home, probably who need a stretch. You know, they're chasing the kids around the house, and people working from home. You know, probably a great way to do that, especially if you don't want to drive to the gym and do the gym thing. Some people don't like going to gyms. I like gyms, but that's just me. So thank you very much, Bobby, for coming on the show. This has been wonderful.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for having me on. Awesome.
There you go. And thanks to our audience for tuning in. Without you guys, we couldn't do anything. For 15 years, 2 to 3 shows a day, 5 to 10 shows a week. We just did the annual at fiscal numbers on, August 31st. We did 655 shows last year in 260 days. So there is a plethora of content. And if you really want to show your love and devotion to the show, please go listen to all 655 shows. That, or just give us a 5-star review on iTunes. It's much easier, and you can do both if you want. It's free, people. Go to goodreads.com/Chris Voss, LinkedIn.com/Chris Voss, and Twitter, it's not Twitter anymore. Whatever the hell it is, TikTok at Chris Voss 1. Stay safe, folks. Be good to each other. Make sure you stretch, and we'll see you guys next time.